Hi everyone, welcome along. This is Jonathan from Precursive, and in today's video we're going to share with you how you can set up some of your project plans in Precursive, including budgets and revenues, timelines, phases and milestones, so that you can ensure that things are planned more smoothly and in a more consistent way. So in this example, we've got a project here, which is Project Plan Like a Boss. And on the left-hand side, we can see that it's with Precursive. And we can see further information around the budget method. So this is a fixed price piece of work, the timeline, starting at the beginning of October and running till the end of November. And what we're going to do now is just build out some of the additional elements of this work, because we can track the budget for it, and as we can see here at the moment we've got nothing in here. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to add a couple of phases. So let's start and add a design phase. I can specify when this phase takes place, so I'm going to say, look, this is for the month of October, and this button here to make it public means that this will show up in anyone's timesheet in the organization so that they can dip in and add time to it as that work takes place. Now, as we can see here, we don't necessarily need to add dates to the build phase or indeed make it public. So I'm just going to save that. So now we've got a couple of phases, which we can see on the right hand side, but we don't have any revenue or budget there yet. So let's go ahead and add a sum. So I'm going to say, look, we've got $20,000 in revenue, okay, and we've now got, let's say, 80 hours. I'm going to add a rate card, so I'm going to add the awesome rate card. And then let's go ahead and add a milestone as well. So this might be, for example, that we're delivering the requirements document ready for our customer. And this is going to be by the end of October. We haven't done anything yet, so it's 0% complete, but it is in progress. So let's save that. Okay, so things are building out quite nicely. Now, what I can now do is go into the design phase. And again, we can see that we also track the budget at the design phase level as well. So we've got $20,000, we've got the budget of 80 hours. Now I'm going to say, look, I need for this a project manager. So we can request that project manager and specify when we need them for. So I'm going to say, look, this PM is going to be full-time. So let's say they're doing 8 hours a day and it's confirmed. And let's save that. And see now how that has impacted our margin, because we've now added our PM full time, which is the cost that we can see here, as well as calculating automatically the margin. What I'm also going to now do though is add an activity category. So this is going to be a category of work that people can book time to during that phase of design. And again here, I want to also add an expense category and some budget. So for example, we've got $1,000 in expense budget. So now if we go back to the project itself, we can see how that's translating across the project level. Now, what we can already see is that we're ahead of our budget, or we're over our budget. So we had 80 hours of budget. We've requested a PM full time, so we can see now that we need, or that we've planned out and requested 184 hours. So I'm going to actually go in now and add some time for the build phase, which is going to be 200 hours, and let's again do $20,000 there. So again, in our build phase, we're going to say that we need a consultant now. And again, this is picking up information, be it from a rate card or for that role, and that consultant is going to do some work for a total of 12 days, and it's confirmed. And again, now if we go back to our project, we can now see how that budget's taking shape. So this is based on the overall budget that we've assigned to the work, which is our 280 hours. We've actually requested 280 hours across that project management role in the design phase, as well as the consultancy role in the build phase. We've got our milestone. We go back to the details here again, just to finish. We could then, as we move through this project, set different statuses on it. So for example, at the moment it is active, but our customers might have work that is forecast or in progress, or indeed sold work, billable work, non-billable work. So you can classify your projects in Precursive however you choose, and have this simple way at the top here of saying, right, we are actually moving this across to a proposal stage, for example, and various notifications can go out to the project owner, to members of the team that might be already thinking about this or planning for it. Again, to just improve that collaboration as we need to. Now imagine for a moment that our work needs to actually go back a week, so we're going to move it from the beginning of October. So let's go in here to our Move Project button and say that actually everything needs to go back by a week. Now what this has done now is it's moved everything back by a week, including the end date, and again we'll actually now have moved back the requested time, as we can see here, for that project manager. And again here we've got our team in our schedule inside that project. And again, we could pick this piece of work up from anywhere in Salesforce. So for example, now I want to go back into this, I can do so. So very easy to navigate around and build out that template. We could in turn get rid of that, delete it. We could create additional phases or tasks as we see fit. So there we go, a short overview of how we can create projects and work, allocate budget to it, request resources, create milestones, and generally track the progress so that we ensure that things are going more smoothly and we get ahead of any speed bumps that might take place.